Hello students, myself Dr. C.R. Chaugule, Head Department of English, Gopal Krishna Gokhale College, Kolhapur. This lecture is for the students of BA3 Special English. Name of the paper number 13 is English Poetry for the Semester 6. Let us know the last module 8 selections from modern Indian English poetry. Poem second is A Hot Noon in Malabar, written by Kamala Das. Kamala Das was a major Indian English poet and literature, and at the same time a leading Malayalam author from Kerala, India. Her popularity in Kerala is based chiefly on her short stories and autobiography. Her open and honest treatment of female sexuality, free from any sense of guilt, infused her writing with power, but also marked her as an iconoclast in her generation. On 31st May 2009, aged 75, she died at a hospital in Pune but has earned considerable respect in recent years. Her first book of poetry, Summer in Calcutta, was a breath of fresh air in Indian English poetry. She wrote chiefly of love, its betrayal, and the consequent anguish. The poem A Hot Noon in Malabar is taken from the collection of poems titled Summer in Calcutta in 1965. It deals with Kamala Das's happy childhood spent in her grandmother's house in Malabar. It is full of pathos which shows Kamala Das's loss of happy and peaceful days of childhood which she spent in the loving and caring company of the grandmother. The action of the poem tosses between memory and desire, between nostalgia and estrangement. The poetess longs for the hot noon in Malabar, which was full of life as compared to her torturing experience in noon in a big city where she settled after her marriage. In the opening section of the poem, Kamala Das dramatizes the tragedy of her martial life in which she has lost all her freedom and identity. It is almost torture for her to live away from her parental house in Malabar, where she was loved and respected. The poetess reminded the hot noon of the summer season in Malabar. It was the time of the arrival of beggars who begged by raising their jarring, disturbing voices. People used to come from hills with caged parrots and with stained dirty cards to predict the fortunes of the local inhabitants. The poetess is in a state of nostalgia which brings her face to face with her ancestral house at Malabar. She has imaginatively recreated the live picture of the hot noon in Malabar filled with the life and multiple activities. The brown-colored Karwa girls used to visit the Malabar. The girls with their experienced eyes predicted the future of their customers by studying the palms of their hands. They foretold the future in their carefully noselized way. The bangle sellers spread on the ground dust-ridden bangles of different colors to sell them to the people of Malabar. They used to come to Malabar after traveling long distances. Their heels developed cracks due to the long journey on foot. As they ascended the porch of the poetess's patriarchal house, and jarring sounds which seems to them to be very strange. The poetess is all last recollecting the life of a hot noon in Malabar, which she enjoys during the early stay in it. She was all fascinated by the colorful sight and was totally identified with it. Unlike her present unpleasant and boring city life, her past life in Malabar was very enjoyable and exciting. Her separation from her parental house has totally destabilized her life. She has lost all her happiness and peace of mind in the soul-killing city life. Here, the dots shows the poetess's longing for her past stay in Malabar, which was very familiar and pleasant. It was a noon for the strangers, fortune tellers, and bangle sellers who had to come to Malabar to earn their lives. An expression of distress could be seen vividly reflected in their eyes. They were dark and speechless. They were apprehensive of whatever they observed. They spoke little, but when they did speak, their voices sound unfamiliar and wild like the jungle sounds. Undoubtedly, it was noon meant for wild men, wild thought, and wild love. The poetess is regretful of having missed that sight after being shifted to the remote city from Malabar. It is torture for her to live in the intense heat of the sun in the strange city where she presently stays. It reminds her of the hot noon in Malabar where she stayed in her parental house. The life in Malabar was quite different through the people moved about in the hot noon there as elsewhere. The poetess's migration from Malabar to the city proved traumatic experience of her life. She suffered from an acute sense of alienation and all her life was destabilized. She loved the life of Malabar with all its limitations. She feels suffocated and alienated in the city, but always felt happy and contented in her parental rural house in Malabar. The poetess has given us a striking comparative picture of the rural and urban life in the concluding section of the poem. Thanks for listening me carefully and attentively. Thank you.